Hey guys, so just want to add a quick note about this King Air video that you're about to see. So I'm enrolled in a Part 147 airframe and power plant mechanic course through a local college. After 2 years I should have my A&P rating and everything is nice and easy. As part of that course we have to go through different sections. Well, one of those sections is a ground operations course where we get to taxi airplanes around, we get to fill up oil and fill up tire pressure and things like that. And so for those of us that are in the class that are already pilots, we asked, hey, can we taxi the King Air around? And they said yes. And so having over 30 hours already in a caravan, here I get to, you know, the opportunity to taxi around in a King Air. So I get twice the PT6 time that I would otherwise be getting. And the biggest challenge was, hey, can we back up the King Air? We were told by a couple of folks that, hey, the King Air doesn't back up. Even in full beta. So okay, let's try that. It's kind of like the Fat Albert routine, if you've seen that. Blue Angels at different air shows where the C-130 starts backing up. And then if you look really close in the startup sequence, the left engine will have a hot start. So look real close for that, kind of see the reaction as it unfolds to what actually happens when it hits that red line and just kind of sits there for a while. Alright, so hopefully you enjoy this video. Definitely a lot of fun making it and riding along in the King Air there was probably about 5 or 6 of us in that airplane, so we were in it for about 30 or 45 minutes. It was pretty cool.
Clear.
No fuel in this tank. All right. It leaks. But we up here you can see transfer pumps, boost pumps. So we want all of these on. 2 engines, 2 of everything. All right.
That's true.
2 power levers, prop levers. They're normally blue in a fixed wing and a reset, and then 2 condition levers. Just think of this as your mixture. All right. Over here on the left, you got a battery power switch, we're on ground power, but you still want to flip it. You got 2 starters.
Yep.
You got 2 gauges.
Yep.
All right. So on a reciprocating engine, what's the first gauge you look at when you start?
Oil pressure.
Oil pressure. Not so this beast.
Right.
All right. It's
That's
IT. Is yeah. You don't want a hot start or hung start. We'll be watching these 2 gauges. This for the left engine, number 1. This for the right engine, number 2. These are percent of RPM gauges. All right. So he's going to engage the starter at 10%, which comes very quickly. He's going to add fuel into the system. You should be hearing the igniters pop, pop, pop. And he's going to add fuel to the system, and you're going to hear it light off. The starter is going to stay engaged until 51%. Then we can disengage the starter. If it does not get to 51%, that's a hung start. If we go above 700 degrees, that's a hot start, and we'll shut down. Okay.
So do you normally start and then keep your hand on here so that
No.
you can bring it back real quick?
No.
Okay.
This thing's great. It don't have a problem, honestly. All right, and then we'll do the same thing for the right-hand engine. Okay. All right. Clear 1. So left-hand starter.
Okay. Starter down.
Yeah. Yeah, hold it.
Hold that down.
So there's our.
There's 20%.
I don't hear igniters.
Should I go ignition and engine start?
Yeah. Go all the way up.
There you go.
It's gonna be a firewall. Perfect. Let off. All right. Same thing. We'll go up this time on the starter.
Yeah.
Clear 2.
There you go.
I had igniters. I've added fuel. We want to turn our inverter on, our generators on. So now we get oil pressure. All right.
Still want cross speed on?
Yeah. It's hot, but it's quiet too. All right. So all of our gauges are in the green. I'm looking at temperature. I'm looking at fuel pressure, oil temperature. All right, we're ready to tack.
Okay. Are you picking up on the black for beta?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And if you keep going, you go into reverse. All right, release brakes. You don't worry about this. You don't worry about. Don't put your hand on that. We got too much power as it is.
I want to go into beta at some point.
No.
So if you don't use the throttles, how do you use your condition levers or do you use your prop levers to control speed?
Brakes. Brake check. I mean, you can, like you said, pull it back into idle, but listen. All right, don't go left. That's the runway. We want to go right.
Yeah.
We'll get right on that yellow line. They gave us a new. Does that help or hurt? I turned the blower on.
I can feel air moving.
We don't have AC, but at least it's air moving. Next, keep it around that line. So you can, this thing will go in reverse.
Let's try it out.
That's a Honda Jet building.
That's a Honda Jet.
There's a Honda Jet.
Go to Honda Jet?
No. When you get to the dirty part of the pavement, do a 180. No, in your 180, you can go to high idle. So high idle goes from 51 to 70. Okay? Then anything above 70 is your power lever. And I'll pull you back from high idle. Excellent. This thing can be beastly.
Swiper, up here.
Oh, yeah. the full beta to see if it'll back?
Well, now you gotta be careful because this thing will pop a wheelie. If you hold the brakes, don't hold the brakes.
Don't hold the brakes. Got it.
All right. If you hold the brakes, you'll pop a wheelie.
Nice.
All day long. And it sounds fun, but when it happens, it is scary.
Yeah.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go ahead. Don't hold the brakes. Slowly. Perfect, perfect.
It's not getting out of bed.
Yeah, keep going a little bit further. It's further than you think.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to the right. Wave at the tower. And find that yellow line again.
How good is the differential? Like, can I throw it into right beta right now?
You could, yeah. Like I did while ago for him, I left it, and it's similar to different. Like if you've flown a Diamond or something like that, it's got a cast-ring nose wheel.
Yeah.
It's got differential braking that you got to use a lot of. Yeah, I mean, like right now, if you were to pull that in the beta and go, yeah. Beautiful. All right, we'll come to a complete stop, and we'll switch out.
Cool. You got brakes?
Yeah, I got brakes.